Hey Crafty Babes, Andrea here. Today we're going to walk through my steps and my process for using the digital cut files that I provide you within my Retro Hip kits and my Crafty Babe magazine printables so that you can become BFFs with your silhouette or your Cricut. I fought with mine for a really long time until I got the process down, and I hope that this will make it much easier for you. You'll first notice in the cut files folder that is provided with all of the digital files is that there are going to be solid black images. So those are going to be in either JPEG or PNG format. Those are basically just going to be used to trace. And then you will see that the color files that actually show all of the images set up on the pages, those are going to be JPEGs. Now, I know that there is this general consensus that you have to use a PNG in order to pop that into your software, but a JPEG works just as well. And what I have noticed is that with the Silhouette Studio program, PNGs, even when you save them as high res, they do not print appropriately. They are always going to, for some reason, they're going to import into that software as a low res image, and you're going to be very disappointed. So I provide JPEGs. I have tested it on the Cricut. I have tested it on the Silhouette. You will get great images because remember, from this process, you are going to print and you are going to cut both within the same process here. Now, this is going to be very specific to the Silhouette only, but it is a very similar process with the Cricut. I just do not have a Cricut right now, but I know a lot of people with Cricuts. I had someone test these files with their Cricut. So you might just need to look up a YouTube video on specifically the process for the Cricut, because there might be some language or they might call something a little bit different. They might have a slightly different process or order. So this is going to be specifically for the Silhouette, but the process is still the same. So the very first thing that we have to do is open up the software. From there, we are going to navigate to the file and we're going to open up the color file. So open up the JPEG with the image that you want. Now, within that same file or that same tab, or Silhouette might open it in a separate tab for you. Either way, you need to open up the black cut file. So whether or not it shows up on its own tab, it does not matter, because what you're going to do is simply drag it into the appropriate area here. You're just going to get it onto the canvas, and then you're going to go to the trace tool. You're going to select the trace function, wrap your cursor around everything there, and because the image is a solid black, it's going to be perfect. You can see the settings that I have there. If you do not have the same settings on your machine, you might want to adjust yours to the threshold and the despeckle and all of those. You might just try to match mine if that's necessary, if you find that you're running into any problems with how your images are going to trace. Now, what that does is it creates a cut line that is a separate image. It's a separate selection than the black image that we just used to trace. So you're going to just pull them apart, take that black cut file and delete it. You don't need that anymore. So now all that you're left with is the red cut lines, and then you're going to drag the JPEG under, it's already underneath it because it was placed first, and you're just going to line it up so that everything looks good. Now, the next thing we have to do is we have to add the registration marks. So you're going to go up to that very top icon, click on the registration marks, turn them on, and you're going to pull them all the way to the left. That's going to give you the most space allotted on your page. And then what you have to do is select both items. So you're going to take your cursor, drag down to select both things. From the corner, you're going to resize so that all the imagery, including those new red cut lines, fall inside of the red cut line square, like the safe area. And I just have moved it just a smidge. From here, the next step is to print. So you're going to hit the print, find your paper type and your best, settings and all of that, and you're going to print. This will print with those registration marks on the paper. So when you do use these cut files, your images will have to be slightly smaller than if you were to just print straight from the magazine files. And it's really not a big deal. I have never noticed that I am lacking in size or anything with any of the die cuts that I print out here or do this process. So then once it is printed out, you're going to place it on your cutting mat, get it inside, and then you're going to use these settings right here that I have. Now my blade at this point was a little dull, so I have a deep blade depth. I like to go with 2 passes. So even with a brand new Cameo and a brand new blade, I still go for 2 passes because I just don't want to fuss with the die cuts not coming off or separated from the outside of the paper. I just don't want to mess with any of that. And then the force and the speed, totally up to you, but I like to bring my speed down just a smidge. And then I also want to do the force, and I like to make the force quite high. So don't be afraid to mess with any of these settings, and then you should be able to have easily gone through this process. You can rewatch this as many times as you need to. I hope this works out for you and that you have a much easier time using your digital cut machine so that you guys can be best friends and you don't have to fussy cut and you can use the files that I've provided for you. So if you have questions, please leave them in the comments and I will do my best to answer. Thanks so much, guys.